Greetings and thanks for joining me today on this video lesson about study.com and the College Saver program. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a homeschooling parent who uses study.com. And I just want to show you that if you are in your dashboard, and if you're not a study.com user yet and you're using this to learn a little bit more, this will be great because when you sign up for study.com, you will get a dashboard and then you can look at different classes. So I'm been looking at this Math 101 college algebra class for my daughter who will be a sophomore in high school, but has already completed 9 credit hours towards a bachelor's degree in marketing. We are using the partner school, Liberty University. And in that marketing program, she will need a math class. She's currently in the homeschool algebra 2 class, but for her fall semester, she will actually take the college class that's required for the program. So if we click in the college algebra, what I love about study.com is you know that it's college credit because it has this little symbol here, but it also in the course summary will tell you that this is going to be for 3 semester hours of both ACE and NCCRS credit and can be transferred to over 2,000 colleges. Our partner school that we will be eventually enrolled in will be Liberty University. But what's really nice is you get to see the entire course layout. So for chapter 1, you get to see all the lessons associated with that. And then you can even go down through all of these. But what I also like is that they give you tips for studying. So this gives extra practice for the student as they prepare for the web-proctored college exam. When they take that web-proctored college exam and they pass that, that is going to give them the 3 credit hours. So what's really cool is that you can use these extra resources and these flashcards to help study for that exam. Now, I'm going to go up here and just show you what the syllabus is. Just like in a regular college class, you would get a syllabus and it's going to give you the course objective and the grading policy. So for this, there are quizzes typically at the end of each chapter, and you want to make sure that your student is getting 100% on those because the higher the quiz grade, in those classes gives that 100 points, and then they actually need less points on their final exam. For example, in some of the college classes that my daughter has taken, she only needed to pass with a 55% on the exam to get a 70% in the course. And 70% is passing for the 3 credits for ACE credit that can be transferred. When you actually transfer the grades, you don't transfer the grade. You transfer that the student passed the class. So on a transcript, when you're transferring the information for that class, you are just saying that they passed. So yes, I want my students to get my daughters to get um, better grades than a 70%. However, only a 70% is required to pass the class. So if they get a 71%, they passed and they will get 3 credits earned that are transferable to the school of their choice, as long as that school accepts ACE credits. So what you see here is with quizzes, they get 3 attempts to get um, the passing grade. The highest score of the 3 attempts will be recorded for that quiz. For the proctored final exam, you can retake the exam twice. So keep that in mind that if your student doesn't pass it the first time, which has happened in our case, they will have another attempt to do that. And they'll also get a study guide to help them. So what's nice here too, especially for math, they tell you what they are allowed to have to pass the exam. So a lot of times when they take the web proctored exam, they have to scan their room and make sure that there's no materials that they could be receiving help with. So for math, they are allowed to have a non-graphing scientific calendar or calculator. They're allowed to have blank scratch paper, a pen and a pencil, and they're allowed to have a formula sheet provided in the Studying for Math 101 chapter. So this formula sheet must be printed out, and you may not view it online during the exam, but you could have it on your desk and show that when you scan your room for the webcam. So what's not allowed is the following items there. So what I love about this is it tells you exactly the outcomes and the format. There aren't any prerequisites for this, although my daughter did take the high school algebra 1 and the high school algebra 2 to help prepare for the college algebra class. And then this shows how this class works and how it'll be video lessons, a final exam, and with the quizzes, with the chapter test, with the final exam, that is graded by a professor that's been approved by study.com. And then it goes through all the course topics, and that kind of just shows you for the college algebra 101 class what is to be expected from the quizzes and the proctored final exam and how many points. So that proctored final exam is a lot of points for this particular class. And then this goes through practice tests to help prepare your student for that exam. So as they go through, they'll get quizzes and they'll get these chapter tests. And this is going to be how they prepare for that. Now, I will say this, it was recommended to us that they really shouldn't sit for the proctored webcam exam unless they're getting hundreds on the quizzes and over a 90% on the practice tests. And that's important because if they're not getting above a 90%, it's highly likely that they will not pass the proctored exam. But what's really cool is they can take the practice test as much as possible, and the questions do actually change. So when they take the practice test and they miss answers or they miss questions, study.com will show the answers and then take the student back to that section so they can study that section a little bit more because that was the section that they didn't do as well on. So that helps the student know exactly where they need to focus their study efforts in order to pass the next practice exam and then ultimately the proctored exam. I hope that this gives you some insight into how a college saver class works within study.com and how your homeschooling student can start earning ACE credits towards an actual degree associated with a university as they're completing homeschool. And that's our goal. We are working with both of our daughters so that they are taking college classes at the homeschool high school level and working towards a degree. So it is very possible that they could finish their bachelor's degree at the same time that they finish their high school homeschool graduate requirements or diploma. So I hope this is helpful as a walkthrough. And if you go ahead and check the link in this video description below, you will have the opportunity to get a discount using the code, or not really a code, but using the link so that you can get a discount if you plan to try study.com for your student as well. Thank you so much, and I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, go ahead and comment in the feed below. Thanks.